And good evening on this Sunday spontaneous broadcast here. My name is Michael ALPOUGH. Welcome to the 53rd My Life, Love, and Laughter show. Today's probably you're all, well, you may not watch this till later, but welcome to those who are in. It's probably been a long day for a lot of us. Spend time with your mother. I have two. You might be all full already to go to bed from taking your mom out or spending a day. For those who have a mother, I hope you did everything you could to show the appreciation that you have for them and know how absolutely special all mothers are and all mothers will be. And we even thank Mother Earth. Anyone who's a mother, have you're a mother of a pet, I say happy Mother's Day to you. Also, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Catherine. I'm so grateful that I still have her. Although my mom is in a memory facility and she's not quite all the way herself, but there is definitely enough there. She surely always recognizes me. And today was just very special. And one of the reasons why I did this spontaneous show is to remind anyone and everyone, if you ever watch this is the day after, or if this is a month or years from watching this video, that we come from our mother. I don't know what other doorway we do come through, but I do know that my mother created me from her body. And I do not make any, to me, this is exactly how I see it, is who created me. Now, maybe someone else is supposed to get credit for it, but I give my mother my credit because nobody else went 9 months to bring me into this world. And that's why I want you to put everything else out of this and just bring it into your mother. My mother's 86. So, I've had her for a long time. One of the things today I really want to point it out to you because my mother is elderly, but we're all, there's not, tomorrow is not promised to us. And the one thing that will always be unique about your mother, now, if you think of it as an obligation, then, and you're watching this, then I'm here to tell you need to change your perspective. And because the things that is ultimately the most special is, and again, it reminded me today, and I want to pass it on to you. You see a mother's smile. A mother's smile is like no other smile because it was the first one you saw and the one you saw the most in your formative years was the smile. Most of us copy our parents' smile or a combo of it. My smile, both my mom and dad have a great smile. And, I copied that to have a big smile. Your mother's touch is like no other touch. In these last times, it's usually you're holding your kid or you're holding your wife's or your date's hand. But there was a time when holding your mother's hand was the most important thing for you. The only time I've really been in a hospital, I was 4 years old. I think I'm having streaming issues. And all I wanted to do, I didn't want my mother to leave. I wanted her to hold my hand. My first memory was my mother, or I'm pretty sure it was my mom, but it could have been my dad. But it's one of the two of them. My first memory. I want to say it was my mom, but again, she had my little brother Ken with him, so she might have been carrying him, or he was in a stroller. My mom walking me to school, to kindergarten the first time. These last few times of seeing my mom, I've been holding her hand. Holding her hand with the memory of her walking me to kindergarten and the times that I needed her to hold my hand. And now, well, things get reversed. Also, a mother's eyes. Your mother's eyes has the memory of you from the moment you were born. Her eyes have seen your past, knows your past, is connected from the first moment you were conceived. And deciding to make that sacrifice by bringing you and giving you the breath, the ability to breathe. To breathe. Once you can breathe, it's downhill from there. First, so she gives you that breath. So your first breath. So now I know that my mom is on the, how long she'll be here, I don't know. But I do know that these moments of spending with her now, it's just, it just makes things different. And my mom saying to me, don't leave. Don't leave when I have to leave. Don't leave. The things that I said, the ages are literally reversed. And those are those moments that you can pay back, guys. Those are the moments when you're there at the end. See, your presence is a present. Your presence. That's what's so important. Is your presence. Like I said, if I haven't said it, my mom, I saw her weekend a few days ago, and she looked like a totally different person than she did today. And not in a good way. And these are the times when you have to really, when your parents become elderly, If you don't know this, you better learn it. If you're not active, when you put them in a place, a care facility, if you're not active with your parents, the staff cannot help themselves but not give them the care that they do to the children that are bugging the crap out about everything going on with their parent. And do not think just because you pay a whole bunch of money at the end there that you're not going to the care is not what you're going to want to be. I'm letting you know. Now, I worked in nursing homes. I've seen it. So now it's been a long time, but I know that everybody's attitude wasn't what my attitude was. Now, my attitude was, this is my mother. This is my father. This is my grandmother. Okay, I'm working on them. And I treated them like that. But again, you have to be on top of your elderly parents' care. Now, I warned you about this. This is extremely important as this happens because it happens to everyone sooner or later. Happens with your animals, happens with your parents, and then it happens to you. So one of the things that, really you want to enjoy is holding both your parents' hands. It just brings about the meeting of your childhood to this complex being that you are now. And actually, it simplifies. It helps you simplify your life. I found myself last week when I went to go see her, my mother, and she was sleeping soundly. I mean, like so soundly. My mom has a lot of time where she stays up all night, and then sleeps sometimes during the day. So it's just different, and that's just one of the mornings that she was sound asleep. And so what I did was, I'm like, because they told me, well, she's asleep. I'm like, well, I still want to see her, And so I sat down next to her, and I held her hand. I just held her hand and watched her peaceful. I didn't, realize what I was getting out of it. And I held her hand for like half an hour. And then I thought, well, maybe she'll kind of wake up on her own. And so I kind of pulled my hand away. I thought maybe she was waking up. And when I pulled my hand, she reached out with her other hand for me to hold her hand. It was such a wonderful moment. And that's when I saw and realized how little I had held my mom's hands after I became an adult or teenager and that kind of thing. And that's been another thing. It's going in and just rubbing her hair, and the opposite of what, she did to me when I'm a kid. Now I'm doing it to her. This whole thing of me bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, is because time flies. And then they're gone. No matter how long. It's never long enough. So we live in the moment. We enjoy that moment because they're precious. The ones that you love the most, enjoy. Take this day, honor your mother, honor the ones you love, because it doesn't matter how much money you got. If this pandemic hasn't showed us what do we love and what we don't, one of the things that we've all had to understand is how important family is. And if you haven't, then it's my direct desire that you do. You come into this own where you live in the moment of knowing who is important, what is important. And remember to look into your mother's eyes next time you see her again. Look into her eyes deeply and know she is your DNA. Think how many breaths that you've taken. And think how many breaths you took before you took your first breath. And who gave you that breath? Who went through the pain? A woman. Blessed is the fruit of your womb, mothers. Blessed is the fruit of your love. Because the next thing you know, the one who loved you the most is gone. And you're left with that memory. So what is that memory for you? Well, you're the one that has to decide. You're the one who can change it. No matter how mad you are at your mom, and believe me, I've been very mad at my mom in my lifetime. I've been very mad at my mom. Okay? My mom would say some real strange things to me. But she's saying it in love. So that doesn't mean I'm holding it against her. Maybe for 5 minutes, but certainly not for no 15 years or 20 years. If you've been fighting with your mother over something ridiculous, just know this. They hold your memory. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Lucky Day. For those who don't have your mother right now, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to say it to you because you know either you did what you were supposed to do so that you don't have any guilt whatsoever. I wouldn't be the other one. Well, you wish you just could have said what you really felt. Or could have let that go, which you didn't need to hold on. Just to know, hey, Mom, hey, yeah, I know what you said doesn't matter. Let's start anew. Forget about it. Forget about it. You brought me into the world. I'm going to give you a break. Come on. You brought me into the world. Right? I mean, give me a break. I'm going to give you a break. You certainly gave me some breaks. And now I got a break. 53rd show, 53rd show. I'm going to go have a beer with my lovely bride. And by the way, I'm a great son-in-law. Okay. Drop some roses off, drop some dinner, fixture dryer. Yes. So I'm not just talking about your mother. I'm talking about your mother-in-law too now. Okay. Give her a break too. That's both sides. Okay. You know I'm talking to you now. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. I have some things I have to do with my mother. So I'll know what time I'll be on here tomorrow. Usually it's my regular time. I either come on at 11:15, 2:15, 6:15. I'm going to try and do at my 11:15, but I have to do something early in the morning, but I will be on at 2:15, and then we'll go from there on to 6:15. Okay. I'm changing and going to be adding some things to my format here. I'm real excited about it. You know, I had to get 53 shows in just to figure out my way on what I'm doing. So to the A, to the L, to the P, to the O, to the U, to the G, to the H. ALPOUGH. Michael first name. Life, love, and laughter. Show number 53 in the books. 54's coming tomorrow.